Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Amrit. If you're new to my channel, please share, subscribe. So we are back with a new topic in our Python series. This is Python scoping. So guys, what is Python scope? So whenever we create any function or any method, right? So scope thing came into picture when we declare variables outside the function, inside the function. So how the value, how the global variable will be worked, how the local scoping would be worked. So we will explain these things one by one in this video. So let's start with first. Okay, so guys, this is the general syntax for creating a function in a uh, in a in a in a Python. So def, this is the for syntax. You can use def followed by any name. I have used my first function, and after that we have a there is a colon, and we have x is equal to 100 and print x, right? Let me open a notepad for you. All right, so guys, def, this is the syntax, and you can give any name here followed by colon in necessary. And if I give x is equals to 100 and print x, so guys, now if I want to print the value, I have to use any name here followed by this. If I don't write call this function here, I am not able to print the value in the console or in the compilation screen, right? And if you want to comment any particular line, then you have to use hash, then that line will be commented. So this is, so three things you have to keep in mind. Def, this is the definition for syntax purposes, and any name of the function followed by colon here, and the body, whatever you want to write. And after calling this, you can see the output on your screen. As you can see, I can we have a value 100. So this is how the local scoping work. Local scoping, because I have given x is equal to 100 within the function, and the value is within to that function, and value will be printed 100. Now guys, variable x is like not available outside the function, but it is available for any function inside the function. So how this is called function inside function, right? So I have created a function. Let me, so this is the definition. Again, I use of my function followed by colon. In that I use x is equal to 300. Inside that I created another function, my inner function, and printed x, right? And I used my inner function, right? Then I printed my function value. So what will be the output of that? Because the value x is equal to 300 is available outside the function, but we are using that value inside that function. So value that is inside the function is local to the inner function. Let me explain. Suppose this is any function name, and inside that if I say I am using any function, another function, say second function, right? So if I print the value here, so as this value is inside this function, but the value that is inside the function will be available to the nested function. So that value of x is equal to 100 becomes local to the inner function, right? So similarly here, my func and my inner function. So when I run this function, I will get the value 300. You can write the same program in the notepad and try to run that, right? And sometimes there is a need of global scoping, right? A variable created outside a function is global and can be used anywhere, right? So this is simple. I would created a x is equal to 300 and I'm printing the value. So let me explain to you. Let's remove this, right? And outside the function I have given x is equals to 900, right? Any value. So when I print any name, so it will print the value 900 here. And if I again try to print the value, what is the value of x, then it will print 900, because this value is global. It is available outside the function as well as inside the function, right? Now one more thing came into your mind, that what if the user gives the value x is equals to 100 and I have used the same variable. So two confusions. Can we use the same variable name? Yes. So answer is yes, we can use same variable name outside the function as well as inside the function, right? The value that are uh, the the variable that holds the value as a global will holds 900, and the variable x that holds the value 100 inside the function works as locally. So local and global variables will be differentiated. So now when you run the function, as you can see on the right hand side there is 100 and 300. So when my function is called, the value 100 is printed. So as you can see, the local scoping x is equal to 100 works, and when I try to print the value print x, so the global value is printed. Global means to say I would say that 900 will be printed. So this is how the local scoping works. So if you operate with the same variable name inside and outside a function, Python will treat them as two separate variables, right? One variable in the global scope that is outside the function, and one in the local scope that is inside the function, right? And sometimes there may be a situation that you have a function. Suppose you have a function. I would use again this function. You have a function and you don't have any other way, you don't want to declare this value outside the function, like here. You don't want this, right? So you want to make this value global. So what you have to do, you simply have to write global x, and x is equal to 100. And what I would, if I have to see the output, I would use any name and print x. You would see that output will be 100. To change the value of global variable inside a function, refer to the variable by using global. So I have x is equal to 300 as a global variable, and inside I am using global. So the question will be right, that you have given the global value also, x is equal to 300, as well as you are defining a local as a global value. So when you try to print that value, which value has a more precedence, right? As the value which is local to the function, we are declaring it as a global here. As you can see, I would use, like, if I have x is equal to 100 and x is equal to 200, when you try to print this, so when you call any name, this value will be printed by, because this value is not going to override this value, right? Because this value has more precedence, rather this outside global function given, outside global value, right? You can see in this function that x is equal to 100, definition my function global x is equal to 200. When you call the my function, print the value x, so value will be 200. So guys, this is how we have covered local scope, function inside function, global scope and global keyword. So this is how this scoping works in the Python. Hope you like this video. If you have any query, any question, you can comment me on this video. I will surely try to answer your all questions. Thank you. Bye.